Yeah, what's up, fam?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What you saying, brother?
Man, we out here, man. We in the studio working on the album right now. You know what I mean? Trying to get it right for the summer. You feel me? Because the EP is killing.
Yeah. Nah, I hear that, bro. It's nice to talk to you again. Obviously, last time we spoke, it was all COVID issues and shit like over a year and a half ago.
Right. But nah, we freshly out of COVID, baby. So it's, we working. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, for real. I'm just gonna quickly do the intro and then we'll get straight into it, innit?
Oh, okay.
Anyway, what everybody's locked in right now, this is your boy Firahs. This is the Street Sessions, and I'm here with Arizona's very own Richie Evans, man. How you feeling, brother?
What's up, brother? I'm good, baby. We out here working. You know what I mean? We looking good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good. It's all love out here. You know what I mean?
I love that. Obviously, before when we spoke, we went through the whole background shit. So I don't feel like we need to do all of that. I think anybody that's locked in now, I'm gonna put a link in, and you can get the full bio on Richie Evans. We did a full-on 45-minute chat before. So I think for the people that haven't heard it, go check that conversation as well. But I want to think back to when you was back in Arizona. You got your first flight to LA. You're in the car with the game. You pull up to the studio. Right. Kanye West is in the building as well. And for a lot of people who don't know, your first ever track, which dropped, which was called Road, was produced by Kanye West.
Right.
Talk to me about, what was that experience like being around the game, being able to even, be with one of the greatest of all times, Kanye West. How was that experience for somebody coming out of Arizona for the first time in LA?
Man, of course it was a life-changing situation. You know what I mean? Like I said, as a kid, you dream of being put into situations and being around some of these legends and some of these some of these greats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To have an opportunity, man, for Game to give me a shot and pick me up and going to the studio to meet Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? It was just mind blowing. You know what I mean? Arizona's necessarily not a LA, it's not a New York, it's not a Chicago yet. You know what I mean? We're definitely working on our culture, and there's a few artists outside of myself who's really making a lot of noise. But at that particular time, man, to be one of the chosen ones and to get respect from a Game, and a Kanye West was just mind blowing. You know what I mean? It was super mind blowing.
Yeah, because I saw that you said in an interview that there's not really a lot of artists from Arizona that reached that pinnacle of mainstream.
Right.
Why do you think that is? And I'm looking at someone like you, and I believe you are on your way to becoming that. So
absolutely.
What also do you think you carry that's different to maybe a lot of other artists within your state that hasn't had that kind of same success rate that you've had so far?
I think I would say the awareness. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've early on, I had the opportunity, like I said, to be around Game, to be around Kanye, to be around these, Dr. Dre's, and to be in these rooms and to be a fly on the wall, and to sit there and learn. You know what I'm saying? Kind of gave me a little bit of an advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was able to really get an understanding of how this industry worked. You know what I mean? And to watch somebody like a Dre or like a Game or a Kanye, these are not your average artists. Like, these guys are like legends. So to see 100%. Their work ethic and to see what they did, and I was able to kind of put it into my own, definitely made it a little bit more easier for me. You know what I'm saying? I think for me, I just have a different mindset and understanding of how this shit works. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward.
Yeah. Do you think having that, gaining that experience from working with the Game, I know you was on Black Wall Street label as well during that time, did that help you from an early stage to where you are now, understanding the music business, understanding how things work, gaining connections, and that kind of gave you a head start in your own career? Well, was that what you were saying?
Yeah, it definitely gave me the confidence and gave me the understanding, and it gave me the hunger to know that there was more out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, at the time that I was signed with Game, Game was probably one of the biggest artists out at that time besides 50 Cent. And by me just being a young pup on the wall, just kind of watching, I definitely, took it serious to learn from a lot of his successes. You know what I mean? I watched how I watched how he worked in the studio. You know what I mean? It's all it's all business. You know what I'm saying? He's locked in. I seen that. He's very particular on who he works with, production wise, engineer wise. You know what I mean? He really showed me how to. He showed me how to create great bodies of work musically. You know what I mean? Even though, Game has a lot going on in his life, one thing that nobody can take away from him is that he makes great music.
Facts. That's facts. That's
you know
facts.
what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's the same
and let's not forget he has one of the best albums of all time. The documentary goes up there with Reasonable Doubt and Illmatic and NWA and the Chronics and the Snoops, and you know what I mean. So to know that I was able to learn from a great and put it into where I am right now. Oh, you best believe that I'm rolling up my sleeves and going to try to do it that way as well.
No, I respect that, because one of the things you did mention was having confidence, and I saw a video on YouTube of you talking about having confidence and believing in yourself, and taking opportunities that you have. And I think it's interesting because I can see I know you're a very confident man for speaking to you a year ago. Lyrically as well, and when it comes to bars, you definitely hold your own. You don't fall off. You've been, obviously, we're going to be talking about the Rick Ross tune very soon, but when you're on a track with these kind of like big artists and you fit, where does that confidence come from when it comes to your music?
It comes from a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I use it as motivation and use it as fuel that I'm supposed to belong here. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to know, if I'm on a track with Rick Ross, or if I'm on a track with Kendrick Lamar, or whoever I'm on a record with, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what, bro really is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bro can really hold his own. And coming from a region on, like Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? That like he's definitely one of them ones,
Yeah. No, I respect that. I think definitely what the work rate that I've seen you do from when I first spoke to you to now has been something crazy to watch. You're also going to be on VCon on May the 18th.
Yeah, man.
In Indianapolis. So talk to us a little about that. Are you excited to be on a big stage performing in that?
VCon is probably, I've done a lot of shows, but VCon is probably going to be my biggest show to date. And it's because, Gary V is, outside of being a billionaire and being, a great business person in tech and, being an influencer in music and marketing. But, for somebody of that magnitude, man, to really recognize my craft and my music and book me at his event, next to, Busta Rhymes and next to Miguel and, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these other executives and, CEOs, speaks volumes on how me and my team are working and 100%. The level of work that we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, Gary V is a fucking, he's the icon out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to
that's what
I was gonna say, to get his attention really just shows that me and my team are really doing what we're supposed to do. And like I said, we're definitely close to getting to where we need to be.
Yeah, man. I don't think you're far off from needing to tour in Europe soon, man. When I bring up your name around radio stations around here, people know of you, people know the music. And I think this is not far from you doing festivals here, man. So all I'm gonna say is whatever you're doing it right. Keep going, my brother.
Thank you, both.
I want to talk about obviously working with Rick Ross, being part of his drinks campaign as well. Obviously, one of the big tunes to come out of this year is Can't Knock the Hustle. Big tune, Rick Ross, and obviously your man Vido as well, who's somebody you seem to work a lot with as well. Talk to us a little bit about that. How did that kind of collaboration with Rick Ross come about? How do you end up on the campaign, and how was everything working with Rick Ross?
You know, with Ross, like I said, you know, I've known Ross and seen Ross in passing. You know what I mean? A lot in different cities and different states. And when we was in the Highly Favoured EP, he was there. You know what I'm saying? We end up having a conversation, having a drink. And if people remember, you know, Ross has done pretty much any and everything in this industry except one thing. I mean, you know, he owns Wingstop, he owns alcohol, you know what I mean? He got Meek Mill, you know, big Wale. He's never signed a West Coast artist. And if people remember, at the time he was trying to sign Nipsey or Nip, but you know, that didn't end up. I just think I think Nip would have eventually signed with Ross, but you know, just the timing was off. For me, I think that I embody what that MMG brand is about. And I think he kind of seen himself in me, but just a little bit younger and a little bit fresher. You know what I mean?
I hear that.
You know, it definitely opened up a friendship, you know what I'm saying? And definitely opened up a business relationship. After we ended up doing the Can't Knock the Hustle record and shooting the video, it really got me him closer. You know what I mean? Like I said, he definitely, you know, gave me the opportunity, you know, to be the face of Vion and Bel Air, and you know what I'm saying, you know, be a part of his brand. But like I said, right now, man, you know, we're you know, I don't know, man. You know, we're kind of working it out. You know, I mean, we may have a TEA MMG business collaboration coming on. You know, but we definitely working right now. We definitely working.
You're working. No, I love that. And you know, talking of the Highly Favoured EP, 6 song tracks.
Yeah.
You also got the big tune with J Rock.
Yeah, man.
Well, and Eastside K-Boy. That was Pressure. I believe you met Kendrick Lamar around that time when you was recording that record, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. So I've known J Rock and Kendrick for years. We've always had, you know what I'm saying, a brotherhood, a friendship, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, through the years, you know what I'm saying, each of our careers have taken off in different times. You know, of course, Kendrick is the face of hip hop right now. He's probably the biggest name besides Drake, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, shout out to J Rock. You know, he had that big record last year, the Win record. So, you know, to be able to just have a relationship with TDE, you know, not just business, you know, professionally, but also friendship wise, you know, really, says something. You know what I mean? Even their new signee, shout out to Ray Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? You know, Ray Vaughn lived in Arizona for a few years, and you know what I'm saying, my, you know, head of my A&R department, you know, him and Ray Vaughn's manager are close to, you know, best friends and do a lot of business. So I've definitely had the opportunity to meet him, you know what I mean, as well. So, you know, the TDE relationship is definitely a close one.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And obviously going to the single, with this single Pressure, how did that kind of come about when it came to the creative process?
You know, at that time, man, we created Pressure. Probably that was one of the last records finished for the EP. After you know, listening to everything, you know, and keep in mind, you know, the records that I put out before, you know, everything that I really did at that point was kind of radio and female based. You know what I mean? And I knew that we needed something for the streets. We needed something strong, but also to remind these niggas, like, don't get it fucked up. Like, even though that I got records with Ross and in this fly energy, you know, I can go bar for bar with the best of them. You feel me? You know, I thought it was only right to reach out to Eastside K-Boy and reach out to J Rock because, you know, not not just being a fan of their music, you know what I mean? They motivate me to elevate my game. You know what I mean? I think that they both have sharp pens and can really spit. So I definitely needed some hitters, and that's what we came up with, Pressure.
Yeah, man, you definitely apply the pressure for the bars in this one for real. I hear you. I hear that one. Is there like do you have like a favorite song or a favorite creative process moment for this EP?
Yeah, I won't say a favorite song because, you know, I always love everything that I do, but I want to say the most famous moment was probably the last studio session that we had. I had my whole team out in LA, you know what I'm saying? All, you know, my engineer, my A&Rs, our business partners. And, you know, we all went in there with a clear head to listen to the EP, to tweak it, to get it where it needed to be. And I feel like now that it's out and the perception and the reception that it's getting, I think that it's dope that for all of us to put a body of work out like that. You know, we put our egos aside, we put our pride aside, and it came down to making the best music. And I think we did that.
No, I'll definitely say for anybody that's locked in right now across the UK, Highly Favoured EP is definitely one that you lot need to go and check out right now. It's available everywhere, all your favorite streaming platforms. Music videos are all on YouTube. Just type in Richie Evans or, you know, check the description. I always link all the stuff, so don't worry if you can't find it. Also, on Instagram, I saw you did a little piece on Kobe Bryant, talking about your love for Kobe Bryant. Which I thought was really beautiful, and obviously rest in peace as well. Do you take any influence from Kobe Bryant's work rate in your music?
Absolutely. Outside of Kobe being a amazing basketball player, man, you know, Kobe lived by a different type of term. His hunger was different. His mind was different. And it was something that I thrived off of. You know what I mean? You know, Kobe was a person where he never really sulked on anything. You know what I mean? And he felt like every day he had something to prove. You know what I mean? You know, he had something to do to push his agenda. So I definitely take the Mamba mentality in everything that I do in music and business and life. You know what I mean? Like I said, Kobe definitely reminds me that, you know, no level of success is easy, but as long as you believe in God, put the work in, you know what I'm saying? And stay tunnel vision, man, you can definitely, you know what I mean, get these trophies.
Yeah, because I think when I look at what your career, what you're going through now, and I kind of compare it to Kobe, it's kind of like, you know, you both kind of come from cities where there's not many historically big people, right? And you're riding that flag for like Arizona, and the similarities that I got when I was listening to that which was interesting, is I'm seeing a rapper now coming out of Arizona. He's had that almost that very early success. He's had co-signs from some of the GOATs of the game, and you know, now you're just flying that flag. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 or 3 years? You know, the way that you're progressing, do you see yourself getting to the top 30 quick? Is it a slow process? Where do you want to be, let's say, in 2 to 5 years time?
Oh man, 3 to 5 years, man. You know what I mean? Richie Evans and the TEA brand will probably be one of the most respected brands, like MMG, like Cash Money, like, you know, TDE, like like We the Best. I feel like what makes those teams great is the leaders of those camps found other leaders with the same hunger and drive with one common goal, and that's success. And I think that, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. And I think that's what, you know, separates us from everybody else. You know, everybody who's on my team is a boss. I pick the Kobe Bryants at what they do. I don't pick the second man. I don't pick the help. I pick the nigga. You feel me? My engineer, he's the nigga. My A&Rs, they the niggas. You know what I'm saying? My marketing team is the niggas. My lawyer is the niggas, because, you know, in order to compete with the likes of these other labels, You know what I mean? That's what we have to do. So I'll say, man, you know, within the next 12 months, I think that we'll be gold or platinum. I think that Richie will be a respectable household name in this industry. And I think that my brand and my label will be one of the next companies to nurture and help and create and put out new artists and business ventures.
Nah, man, listen, I totally agree. I generally think from what you've done in a year since I spoke to you to now talking about festivals, building a huge brand, you know, having a on the EP, I definitely think, bro, the future is endless, and I can't wait to speak to you in a year's time. And
absolutely,
you might even be in Europe, chilling in I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shit,
We'll do that. We'll do that. One thing I wanted to ask before I was gonna let you go, anyway, was we have a lot of up and coming artists that watch your show, and you know they want to get into the positions that you're in as an artist yourself. What advice would you give to somebody who's trying to get into this music industry?
Man, you know, I would say, you know, it starts with the work. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the work. But secondly, after that, man, you got to believe in yourself and have a good team and put God first, man, and anything can happen. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy thing. You know what I mean? You're really up against a lot. You know what I mean? But like I said, as long as you do the work, put God first, believe in yourself, and get a good, solid team, you know, you definitely can make it shake.
Yeah. Because you mentioned having a team of Kobe's.
Facts.
How important is it to have the correct team and not have a bunch of yes men?
Man, like for me, you know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. I always say, you know, because of where I come from, and because, like I said, we're not a LA, we're not a Chicago, we're not a Miami, you know, to get the respect and the attention, everything that we do has to be the best and some. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
And to get that type of work and to get those type of things, only certain people will understand that. You know what I mean? And those are the ones that you got to soak out and find to help bring a championship to the city.
Facts, man. Listen, I want to say a huge thank you for you to come in on the show. Everybody locked in right now. Highly Favoured EP out right now. Make sure you go stream that, buy that. If you are ever flying to the States anytime soon, around the May time, go check out VCon because Richie Evans will be there, and I'm sure we'll be happy to see some of you UK fans there supporting and showing some love. Again, listen, I can't wait to speak to you again. Maybe even see you in Europe next time. You know, the future's bright for you. I think you are one of the artists to look for not only this year, but I think 2024 might be the breakout mainstream year for you. So I can't wait to see what you got going on. And listen, man, from a brother to another brother, keep the work going. And you know what? Much love and respect. And, you know, I hope to see you at the top real soon, brother.
Man, I appreciate you. Like I said, man, make sure that y'all follow me on Instagram. That's Who Is Richie. Make sure you get that Can't Knock the Hustle single that's out right now, featuring my guy, the Big Boss Rose and Vito. And again, man, make sure you download the hottest EP to touch the city, and that's Highly Favored. So, man, I got you, brother. I'll make sure I stay in tune with you, bro.
Yeah, calm, man. Love, man. Take care, bro. Much love, respect.
Been tuned into the Street Session with your boy Firahs and
Joe MK.
Why is this the name of our show, bro?
Because we're the hottest in the streets.
Catch us online, on the go, and on the FM.
Okay, let's go.